Oh yeah, so most people who know me know that I go on and on and on about trees all the time, and water and the planet and things. Um, so a lot of people that know me also know that I tell them about a time when I was younger. Like, I'm going to sound crazy, and that's fine. I've been labelled crazy most of my life anyway, so I suppose it doesn't make a difference to me. Um, so when I was younger, I used to climb the tree in my garden as a child, and I used to talk to the tree, and I used to hear the tree talking back to me. Even like my old psychiatrist knows about this, and he says it's childhood imagination. I've always insisted it wasn't. So I've always sort of felt an affinity with trees. I felt protective of them, and I felt that they were protective of me and us. Um, so a lot of people might have just switched off now because I'm talking what sounds like crazy talk. But I'm hoping that some people are still tuned in. So over the years, like, people that try to protect the trees have been called tree huggers and been made out that they're crazy. They're airy fairy, they're hippies, they're mocked and they're laughed at. And, you know, people try to minimize the message, wash out the message that's being given. And the earth is at a critical point, and people still aren't waking up. You know, the earth is trying to fight back, the planet is fighting back, and still people don't listen. People have become so disconnected from our roots. And we almost forget that we are part of nature, but right now we're a destructive part of nature. And in a vast way, this is not small. This is not small. This is huge. And we need to be getting back to our roots. We need to wake up. Wake up. This is our alarm call. This is the earth fighting back. And if we don't listen, if we don't take heed and start making some really big changes, we need everybody to be doing this, everybody, globally. And, the last few weeks I've come on and I've done my hair and I've done my makeup, and this morning I've literally just woken up and I look a mess. Look, I don't care. I look a mess. Because, I want the message to be there. I want the message to be the priority. And I want to lead by example, that those things like, worrying about our appearance and worrying about money and politics even is shallow and irrelevant right now. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what it is that you do to earn money. It doesn't matter about all the luxuries and the things that you want. We're a dying planet. We're a dying breed. We're killing ourselves. We're destroying ourselves in so many ways. Because when we become superficial, when we chase the next gadget, the next thing, the next style, we are completely and utterly distracting ourselves from the bigger issues. And, I get that sometimes it's painful to think about the reality. People want to call me crazy as though I'm not living in reality. But my craziness comes from my attempts to survive in a crazy world and the pain and the hurt that causes. And we need to change. We need to change. We need to change fast. And it needs to be en masse. We don't have any more time. There isn't time on our side to continue to go the way we are, to continue to be complacent, to continue to bury our heads in the sand and ignore the problem. And they are huge problems. They are the most important problems. And this disconnect we have with the planet and with ourselves and with society, the breakdown of community, it keeps us blindsided. We're blindsided, completely, utterly blindsided. And we look around and you think that the world you're living in is reality, and it's not reality. It's perception and a lot of denial and a lot of wearing blinkers or rose-tinted glasses. And so you get up and you go about your day. You get in your car. You drive your car. You don't think about the pollution that's causing. You go to work. You work however many hours, hard work, to buy things that are going to destroy the planet that you don't have time to even appreciate. So it's a total waste of your time, your money, your effort, your energy, and destroying the planet. And we need to change our priorities and our values. Our values need to be integral to repairing and healing ourselves and repairing and healing the planet. Those people trying to save the trees, they're not tree huggers, they're not hippies. They're wise people. They're people that knew for many years, long, long ago, that we were killing the planet. We were killing ourselves. And we need to stop mocking and start joining forces. And so many people out there are complacent to war, to bombing innocent families and infrastructures, because we see it as something that's happening somewhere else and we can detach ourselves from it, almost dissociate ourselves from it. And that's not a good state to be in. We need to be feeling empathy for what's going on around us. We need to imagine that that's happening right now, right where you are. Got to imagine that it's people you love, and that it's your schools and your hospitals and your infrastructure, your roads, your sewage systems, your water pipes. You need to imagine a better world. What would a better world look like? And a better world would, to me, and I would hope other people, look like a more connected planet where people are more connected to nature, to the earth, to one another. We have all this technology, and what are we doing with it? We're wasting it. We need to imagine a world where it's abundant with trees and plants and wildlife, teeming with it. And your local woods down the road is not enough. We need to be planting so many trees. We need to be bringing the earth back to life. And then we need to be connecting with it. We need to be going back to remembering that we are a part of this planet. We are a part of nature. And that we're all connected to one another. And when we hurt others, we hurt ourselves. When we don't help others, we're causing harm to them and to ourselves. Sorry, I feel sick this morning. I'm not going to be around long anyway. This isn't a video that's going to help me. I still want to make a positive difference. I want to leave a legacy. I want to wake people up. I want to be their alarm. I want to inspire people to fix everything that's broken. And I get how painful and sad it is. I feel that pain. But our planet is sick and dying, and we need it to survive. And we need to be quiet. We need to stop be quiet and we need to listen. We need to listen to how so many people are getting so sick and diseased. And really question why that is. Because most of it is man-made, most of it is man-caused. We need to slow down. And if trying to save and protect the trees and plant more it makes you a tree hugger and a hippie. We all need to be tree huggers and hippies. I think we're at a point where it's undeniable the damage we've done and continuing to do, that can't go on anymore. And it can't be target dates 20 years in the future of when you're going to try and make things better. It needs to be now. You don't have 20 years to waste. Just get out there, plant trees, plant seeds everywhere. Every open area. I did a video the other day about planting seeds so that you could have food growing for the poor people. Free food. But more than that, the trees and the seeds and the plants are life. They're renewing. They regenerate the planet. You just look into the benefits of plants and trees. What do they do for us? What do they do for us, and what do they do for the planet? They balance the core temperature of the earth. They balance the temperature of the atmosphere, the air. They hold water. They cleanse the air. They remove pollution. They remove toxins in the air and in the water and in the soil. They give nutrients to the earth. They actually make nutrients. They provide shelter for wildlife. They create a fertile environment through the decomposition of the leaves and the twigs that fall. So they make healthy substrate that contains the nutrients and food that's needed by microorganisms that we need. They create entire ecosystems. And then life begins to thrive again, and the planet begins to restore itself. And it's that simple. And if it's that simple, why are we not doing it? Why are we not doing it? And why are we continuing to allow trees to be, like areas to be completely deforested? It needs to stop. It needs to stop now. The most important thing to the survival of this planet is trees and plants. So plant them. Plant them en masse. Yeah, forget laws and bylaws. Because laws and rules are not always right. Being a law follower, a law abider, doesn't make you a good person. There have been many laws over time that have been wrong, evil, bad, damaging, harmful. There have been many lawbreakers over time that have been good. There have been many law followers over time that were bad. So throw the idea that law is good or for the betterment of people or the world, throw that out the window and start getting in tune with what's really right. And start building those into your core values. I feel so ill today. I'm not. I suppose I am if you want to label me a tree hugger, whatever. Like I say, I know that I'm in reality I've stayed with my core blueprint that I was born with. I've stayed in love and light and peace. I've stayed true to values and what's important, no matter what has ever been done to me. Whatever I've witnessed, whatever I've done to others, I've always pulled myself all the way back into my blueprint. And I watched a video earlier where the guy was talking about how he remembers being before he was born, and that we all need to remember. Or when he was a child, he remembers the imagination that we had. He remembers like the imaginary friends and being able to climb in a box and pretend it was a boat or a car or a plane. He remembers the pain of when we were stopped from being like that, when we were told to grow up, to be more responsible, and our imaginations were killed. And we all need to try and remember, because then we could be anything, we could do anything, and we can connect again. So stop throwing stuff away. Go back to a time when you repurposed or turned, you don't throw your curtains away, you turn them into clothes. You don't throw a chair away, you repair it. Stop buying. Consumerism. Constant consumerism that is destroying us. Stop buying stuff that's got so much packaging and waste. Stop buying all the latest gadgets. Start trying to live based on needs, not wants. Let go of attachments to stuff that is meaningless and killing us. Because every time you buy something that you don't need, you are part of killing the planet and killing us and killing yourself and your children. You really question what you spend money on, what you really need. Really start questioning it. Yeah, that's not to say that you can't have any pleasure, but do you know how much pleasure there is to be had from the things you already have or from going into nature? And then if you really need extra luxuries, why not buy it used? Why buy it brand new? Wouldn't you get equal pleasure, lasting pleasure from something that was already used before, that can do the same job? Yeah, you might get your momentary, temporary fix, your temporary buzz when you buy something new. But how long does that buzz last? Truly. Imagine the longer lasting satisfaction and pleasure knowing that by getting the used thing that you now get pleasure out of, you also contributed towards the planet, being more in line with your values and priorities and being good and doing good. Try to be as self-sustainable as possible. If you have a garden, use it and grow things. If you have things that you want to throw away, repurpose them. If you don't need the repurposed thing, you can sell it on or give it away. So someone else can buy something that's been used rather than having new things made and more things wasted. And then you and them are both then part of contributing to an ecological society. And you build in a community that helps one another. Get into your heart. Start feeling and spreading love. And love is action, not words. Love is helping. Helping yourself, helping the planet, helping each other. And helping in ways that are truly needed, that will make a difference. Not in superficial, shallow ways. So, I'm going to leave that there. You can see how ill I look. I'm pale and I don't feel good. But, be love. Be love. If you be love, you will never be short of love. So I'm going to leave it